Welcome back to another episode of Miss and Mrs. Brightly with myself, Victoria.
And Heike. And we have a special guest today.
Bonsoir. Good evening. I'm Yolanda Pohl Mariotti.
It's so lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yolanda is a very dear friend of ours. She's
Yes.
basically family. And
Yes.
we love her very much.
True.
Yeah.
I think we've ticked those boxes of spending Christmases together.
Exactly, which is very lovely. Because Victoria and I, we are, as you know, we are living here together alone. And and we love the Christmas tradition. So for the past years, we mostly celebrated it alone. But then for the last couple of years, Yolanda was kind enough to include us in their family celebrations. And it was just really wonderful. But that's not the topic for today. So today we are going to talk about networking. Why? Because Yolanda is the queen of networking. It really, I'm always like, oh my God, how is she doing that? Right, Victoria?
Yeah, she's a little networking ninja.
So it's funny what you say, that we're not going to speak about family, we're going to speak about networking. But if you take it, you and me, we met each other at a networking event.
Exactly.
Through a network. So
Yes.
yes, networking definitely becomes such a part of your life that it becomes somehow your family or your extended family. Us being expatriates here in the UAE, I was just saying that 20 years in Dubai. So you miss that connection that you have with your family members. That's it's a definite fact that we find ourselves here, and when it's Christmas or those important holidays or birthdays, you miss your family. So I think through networking, probably somehow got involved into networking in such a way to maybe make up for those liens or bonds that you miss having with your family.
I totally agree. Thank you for sharing. But I think also you like, and probably you will tell us a little bit more about it. When I started to be more active in networking, obviously there is like so many network opportunities here in Dubai. It's like countless. Every day you can go to so many networking events. And then you find the networking which suits you well. Like you and I, we're very focused on business. And Victoria as well. And I think this is where you have it from, because you see we're like always active. And I feel by going to certain networks, you find like-minded people. And then not with all of them you will bond, but then because you see each other on a regular basis, in the minute you become a member, you really create relationship which then leads to becoming like an extended family. Would you agree?
Absolutely. I remember many years back here in Dubai, when I started networking, it was a total different scene. So in those days, and I'm talking now, like I said, 20 years, so 2006, 7, 8, you used to go to networking events. They were always in the evening. You've heard about this. You either have a hunter or a farmer mentality or networking attitude. In those days, it were just basically hunters. You would go and people would literally put cards in your hands, have a few drinks, So that's how I, let's say, started my networking journey. I really didn't like that, so I think I stepped away from networking for a couple of years. And then later down the line, when with my partner, my business partner, and also my life partner, we decided to found our company, Swissly. We had to get back into the networking because we were sometimes sitting waiting for the phone to ring, and we would like take the phone. Is it still working? Yes, it's still working, but we didn't have any call, no? And then we said, okay, we need to get active. Basically, by chance, we were invited to one of the oldest, the greatest, the biggest networking organization in the world called Business Network International.
BNI, yeah.
I had no idea. I've never even heard about it in those days. But in fact, Marco, my business partner, he got invited to a meeting. He couldn't make it, and at the very last moment he said, okay, you're going to go here early in the morning. I was thinking 6:30 in the morning, what for a networking event is this? And I remember in Habtourgrand, they had a Falcon Visitors Day.
Yeah, the first chapter in UAE.
Exactly, celebrating their 19th birthday.
20th?
19th.
Oh, sorry.
19th.
I thought it was 20th.
Almost.
19th.
Yeah.
Last year we had the 18th,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
19th now in September. I really loved the meeting, the way that people connected. There were like over 100 people in the room. I loved the structured agenda, that it was really business oriented, driven. And I made contacts in that meeting that served my business instantly.
Wow.
Like my uniform was made from one of the suppliers there. And I loved it so much, I said, I want to be interviewed now. I heard about the membership, how it works. And that's how my networking journey began, through BNI.
Wow.
Yeah, that's back in, 10 years, now to going 10 years.
Yeah. But you are in many networks. And so, I don't even dare to ask, but how many networks are you a member of?
How many? I think I haven't, so I'll cite them quickly.
So you have
so
BNI,
SAPCO, French Business Council.
So South African Business Council,
Yes.
Then the French Business Council, they call it Chambre de Commerce et d'Industrie.
Okay.
They have a networking cellule that's called Synergie.
Okay.
So I'm a member of that since 2018.
Swiss?
Swiss Business Council, tomorrow
And
morning.
then, which one? Rotary.
Voilà. That's the one. That's the heart.
Yeah, but that's the newest baby, right?
That's I want to say a personal spoil. I'm just spoiling myself.
So 5 networking.
Yes.
So how do you manage to get them all under one umbrella? Because it
There's
takes
so many
time.
hours in a
Look,
day.
you
know?
said there are so many networks out there, and if you don't pay attention, you will quickly be a part of so many, and then you can't do justice to becoming a member of countless networks. No, so I think it just happened organically. So for a couple of years, I was really focused on Business Network International, and I really enjoyed growing my business in that scene and then building those relationships. Not only the tangibility of money, let's say monetary value, but also the business support that I think is the greatest gain from BNI. But then somebody told me, but you know what, Yolanda, a business consultant to whom I have a lot of esteem, you should get out there and go into those rooms, those business councils, because that's where you have also, like BNI, but business leaders, those who become member of a business council, they know what they want. They're there for a reason. And
That's true.
Exactly. I started, believe it or not, with the French Business Council.
Funny, yeah. Because you speak French.
I speak French, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I were invited by a BNI member, non-French speaker, to go to a French Business Council meeting, surely back in 2018. And then immediately it fell into place. I saw, wow, this is absolutely amazing, having all these business owners in one space.
And they bring business.
Absolutely, because
You know them. Would you say because you know them, or do you? Why would they come to you? Because look at the market. You're like everything is available.
how does that work? So you know what they say. For someone to buy from you, become your client, they have to like you. How will someone like you? You need to work on that relationship. So it's not instant. No, you have to spend time, consistent, go back again and again, adopt that farmer mentality where you look out to how you can help others in the room.
Farm
and not just
farm the relationship. Yeah.
There you go. Not just stomping cards into their hands. And then it just literally happens organically. And once you get that, you're bitten by that bug, you want to explore more. So being South African, I then went along one time to a South African Business Council meeting, and the same thing. There and then I signed up, very same evening. And once again, as we said, we are away from our families, and you find yourself in these events, networking opportunities, and you just connect and you feel that positivity, you know. So yeah, that's how it happened, one thing after the other.
So I mean, haven't BNI the same way.
Yeah,
Of all
but
the BNI
you are in many. Now you're 21, and you also in networks. Which networks are you in?
Well, what networks am I in? Officially
Subco.
Rotary. Subco under your
But you are a
membership.
member.
But you
Okay,
are
I am
an
a
SME member. I can confirm that. As being a part of the committee of the South
Okay.
African Business Council, you are officially, you have your 3
Seats.
nominated.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I
seats.
have only Victoria within
Exactly.
in the.
So
And then you.
Rotary Subco, and I'm an honorary BNI member.
Yeah. We don't. Publicly, we obviously not saying that.
No,
you know.
I'm just a substitute.
Yeah, sometimes, you know.
Sometimes,
So,
so
but if you
rarely.
look from a very young age, what is your take on networking?
I don't know. I always have like mixed feelings around it.
I think
I
you've
feel like
learned a lot.
I
You've
definitely-
learned.
I definitely learned a lot, but we spoke about this recently. Like, for example, I saw you going to so many networking events, which weren't actually networking events, but they were disguised as networking events. And I would join you with a lot of them as well. And I was just always like, this is such a waste of time because it's like 1 in a million you'll meet a person who is actually
A potential client.
a potential client or even a potential friend. And most of the other people are just, they have no talk about anything substantial. And it's just very, very boring conversation and nothing intellectual. But then I started, first I like refused to attend a BNI meeting. Refused.
She really.
It was
Why?
like
Because
a
it was
year.
so
I think it was a
early?
year. But also I was young. Like I was still going to high school even.
University, I think it was.
But COVID, when we were JVC, you were already in BNI as well. Or you were going as a sub or something?
No, to BNI, but it was university. You were finished with Raffles. You were at Middlesex University. That's where I started. Because you came back for university, remember?
No, but I thought you were
No.
living in JVC.
No.
Okay. Anyways, and then like I was university student, you know, I didn't want to wake up at 6
So
to
look,
go.
it is a scene where most of the time you have, I want to say, more mature business leaders, no? So those who have done all that, because we have all done that, you know, gone to university, most of us, you know, other learn on you know, on the field. So yeah, you don't, I think what's really amazing for you being active in networking, if you are like a sponge, you will learn so much because you have a room full of mostly successful business leaders.
Yeah.
They share their experience in their business, their challenges. So if you just keep your ears open, you will learn so a
And she
lot.
does.
Yeah.
And she does. And if you see most of our friendship network, which we have around us, the friends, they're mostly related to any one of the networks, right?
Yeah.
And we enjoy spending time with them. And you're so young, but you still enjoy because most of them, they're like in their 26, 28, 30, 40, 50. No, but you enjoy spending time with, because they don't, these are not players. They're like people who have already proven themselves in the world of business. And for whatever reason, you find with them common ground, would you say?
Yeah, because they might be a bit older, but they still act young, you know? And
Yes.
I always say, like, I think I keep them young by coming to BNI all the time because it's jokes and laughter and, like, they act like older brothers to me, you know? Like, they don't act like, oh, this is a potential client or something. Like, they act like older brothers and
Yeah.
they tease me and we tease each other back. So, but I don't even know, like, how that started to happen. I think went on the fishing trip and then from there it was, like, the best team building exercise you could ever think
I
of.
know.
Because after that it was like we're all family now.
Yeah. But you, like, let's come back to the networking.
So
what is it worth for you to go there? You know, if you see, because obviously we had a conversation recently about it and you said I don't, apologize if I get it wrong, but I remember you said something like 80% of your business comes from networking.
No doubt about that. Certain, probably more. Because remember, organically, we cited 5 networks, but there are also others because, let's say, my husband is also part of the Italian Business Council, and then he's visiting the German group. So, but me personally, I would say once you have had those relationships that you have built, and people will get to know you and they like you if you do what you do, your business well.
Yes, absolutely.
You have good work ethics, and then it just happens. So for me, if I check our portfolio now and the projects we have, probably more than 80%, they are within the space of those networks. BNI, South African Business Council, Swiss Business Council, French Business Council.
I think one of the points you just said is about if you're good at your job. And I think that's where I really appreciate these business networks, the proper business networks, is that you more or less have vetted people. Because what I have seen, I'm now in the end of the second year of BNI, that people who not serious about a business or they don't deliver the business, they don't last.
So I drop off the wagon.
Yes. You have unfortunately, like some members, they don't pass the first year because they don't fit in the culture, they're not committed, they don't come all the time.
The expectations are very high.
I absolutely. But I think it's also, which I really love is when you go, in particular, I went, and you know me well enough, I went through waves, I loved it and I hated it and then I loved it again. And now being in the second year, I really matured. And today I appreciate even more because you find the people you can trust. Because I think in an environment like Dubai every day, I don't know how many companies are opening, but as many close every year as well, because they think it's paradise and the gold grows on the trees, and it's so easy to make business, but it's so hard because everything is like there,
the competition.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And I think more than ever, people come to you, also to me, and obviously to Victoria as well, because they trust us. You build a name, and based on the name, Swissly is a name in the community. People know you stand Swissly for Swiss/German/Italian quality, South African as well, obviously, sorry. I know, but the name Swissly, it's like, and Swiss
inspires quality.
It's a powerful name for a company, and you deliver on the name because people know you will get solid, trustworthy, great, outcome for whatever project they do, and so I agree. But it takes time.
It takes time, absolutely.
It takes time, it takes commitment,
You have said it. What do you get? So obviously you get the monetary value. That for many people, that's the only thing they come for. But then...
No, would you not say?
For
because you also come for friendship.
Well,
no?
Many of them in BNI, they come for the money, But then very quickly you learn that it's not just about the money. So it's about, like you say, the support structure. How many times? Oh my goodness, you're one that knows very well, no?
Yeah.
You need help. You need support. You need advice. You need consultancy. And there you have a room full of 40 mostly successful business owners who have gone through the same problem. So they sit with you, they say to you a word of encouragement, and they make things happen or change for you, So it's the support. Then obviously the learning that you get from other members, and like BNI, you have a lot of learning that you have access to free of charge. So that's, I want to say, the intangibles. And then the friendships, the family, those with whom you're going to spend your garden parties, your Christmases, they are going to come for your children's birthdays. So this is after 10 years. And yes, it takes time. I can tell you now one thing without saying too much. 10 years a member of BNI, and I think after 10 years of consistently working on delivering quality, I am so honored that within BNI, within the management structure, we have been selected to fit out their business premises. Yes. You see?
Congratulations.
But yes, it took 10 years, no?
I know.
So heard it from this person and that person.
Amazing.
And the same for the French Business Council, CCE.
Amazing.
We're currently renovating their headquarters.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But you are one of its kind. And really, everybody who's watching this, she is one of its kind. You know, there are not too many Yolandas. We have, how many members do we have in BNI at the moment?
About 40. And
No, in total,
we are
400?
We have passed, in BNI,
Yeah.
we have passed 1,300.
Yeah, 1,300.
We have passed,
so
yeah.
we have 1,300 members. But if you speak
In the UAE.
in UAE.
Exactly.
Yeah, in worldwide, is it how many?
320,000, give or take.
Exactly. So in UAE, 1,300, you know, and everybody knows Yolanda. She is really known. And, you know, the other day I spoke to Raju, this is one of the higher management of BNI here in UAE, and he said there's only one Yolanda. And there is like, I wish every chapter had someone like Yolanda. He was so like of praise,
Thank
you know.
you.
No,
Thank you.
and I am not just saying it because for the sake of saying it, but he really, and I agree. You're really outstanding.
But
you know,
like
you have a
no?
big heart, and you're very dedicated, and you're really focused. And sometimes we have an argument because she's so BNI. You know, I said, please let your hair down.
Let us speak in 8 years from now, when you have reached that 10-year milestone, BNI becomes part of your DNA. No, that's what I say. I have BNI blood in me. You know, you can't remove it. It's DNA.
Victoria as well. You're also half of BNI already.
Yeah, I'm basically a member.
No, but you have grown in BNI. You know,
Yeah.
and we spoke about it last time when you have to hold your 30 seconds pitch, you know, and talk about businesses. And I think probably you have learned about many businesses you didn't even know that they exist. Would you agree or not?
No, not that they exist, but I learned more about those businesses in like context-wise.
So do you think it's worth to spend the time in networking out of your perspective? And you can say, no, it's fine.
Yeah, I just think, I don't know. I feel like you have to choose the proper, that's what I was going to say before, you have to choose the proper networking groups that you go to. Like, make sure they're of value, and make sure they're of value to you. And like we spoke last time, go with a purpose. Like, even if your purpose is, I just want to learn because I want to start something, at least that's your purpose. Don't go without anything. Like, just like, I'm just going to go because I want to go.
Oh,
Then no one will take you serious. Like, if you go and you say, I'm just here because I want to become better at speaking in front of people and presenting myself, no one's going to laugh at you. Everyone will open you welcome arms. But if you
Yes.
come, then you're just, I'm just here to see.
Yeah.
No one's going to take you seriously. So I think it's selecting your businesses, going and seeing if it's the crowd that you want around you, who you can learn from, and then continuing to stay and be consequent and going all the time, if that is the networking you want to stay in.
I think, look, I'm going to say it. You're going to be president of a BNI chapter, which is absolutely amazing. Okay, you
No,
have
I'm
to know
super excited about
After
it.
just reaching 2 years almost.
Yeah.
So can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I told you 10 years. Never president.
You've
never been president?
Never been president. I've been 6 times vice president and secretary treasurer. I always get the job that has the most admin.
Because you're good in it. Oh.
So yeah, the thing. So there, you're gonna be president. You're gonna stand
But
in
you're
front.
president in SAPCO.
Chair. You can say chair.
Oh, chair,
yeah.
yeah.
And Swiss
And you have
Business
a
Council.
high BNI position in the background, no?
Launch director.
Exactly, launch director.
So
Launch director.
what I'm saying is, when you stand there in the front and you manage, because you're going to manage, you're going to manage a chapter, it gives you the opportunity to show your colors, what you're worth, what you know. How do you manage B&I is also the way that you will very likely manage your business.
Yes.
And if you're going to do it nonchalant, people will not put their trust in you. You know, if they're going to see you gave it all your dedication, you made it work, it's very likely will inspire them to buy from you or, you know, take up a service from you. So definitely that's why I say if you get the opportunity to grow in that sense in B&I, you can't refuse any position like that. When it's the right moment for you, you have to take it, because the learning that I also took back to the company, you know, that you implemented in your company, all those core values is absolutely priceless. But you remember you also told me about how did it get all to Rotary. So can I elaborate on Rotary?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
So I've been to a couple of Rotary meetings, and when I learned about the cause of Rotary, so all the business networks or business councils is very much business oriented. And then my first meeting with Rotary, which is a total different direction, it's I want to say charity purpose based.
Yeah, it's service
Exactly,
above
no?
self. It's service based. You know, it's not for business growth. It's for doing something
To give back to
To
the
give
community.
back.
I always like to say, when some people they say, "Oh, Rotary," I don't know. I say, "Do you know United Nations?" Yes. Well, Rotary created, or it sprout from Rotary, the United
Yes,
Nations. No?
exactly.
So you then, immediately a lot of respect. So
Yeah.
for me, Rotary was a way to just give back. And especially the club that I'm a part of, where you're also president.
Yes. 2 times president.
Eco Club,
Amazing.
Eco, yeah.
which is
Bravo.
the first cause-based
So
club.
it's
Yes.
a cause-based club, and so close to Mart. You know, I'm vegan.
Yes.
So 10 years.
Yes.
So sustainability, environmental friendly practices, you know, any way that we can save our planet, take care of our planet. No, I think anyone who has seen all those Netflix documentaries, no, is it like Kiss the Ground, a big eye opener.
Yeah.
And
So-
this coming week, we have an amazing session, a workshop about this environmental sustainability and how we
Climate
can
change.
climate change and how
yeah.
we can save the planet. So I'm super excited that we have really good speakers.
Yeah.
So this is a pure indulgence
Yeah.
to myself. I was saying to myself, do I have time? Probably not, but I wanted to do it for me.
This
you know,
is what we talked about last time, that you saw it more as a networking, and I actually didn't see it so much as networking, but more of like a going and doing and meeting with people that you like and enjoy, because most of our Rotary people are B&I people, are people that we know through B&I, so already have that familiar bond
Yes.
with everyone. We like each other, and we vet people very well who want to join. So I feel like it's more like a friends who come together to do good for the community,
Yes.
to do service, rather than networking for me. That's what it is for me, you know.
For me,
but for you, it was still a bit networking.
It was networking, but also giving back to the
Yeah,
community.
obviously.
And like the same what we talked about now, stepping up and taking a role in any network we are, is like the reason why I step up is because I say, if I sit down and moan, and I don't put motion in my statements, then I don't make impact. And so the only reason or the only way you can make a change is by stepping up, stepping forward, you know, going in the uncomfortable situation or uncomfortable
out of your comfort zone.
out of your comfort zone. So I learn, I grow, and it's really I want to make a point that I make a change. I want to have impact on what I do, impact on B&I, on the chapter, impact on Rotary, of making a change for the environment, the community, UAE, you know. And so I think that's also great because we have so many like-minded people in our chapter, in our club, in the Rotary Club. because all of them, they want to make a change. So it's not just, oh, I'm Rotary. It's like, no, we're here because we want to make a change.
I think I would not have joined probably another Rotary club, but because this club is Eco Club of Dubai, I also like you, I have 3 kids, and they live in a everyone say a bubble. I don't like to call it a bubble, but in a very secure, urbanized region, no? And I wanted them to be really faced with some realities and get them involved in what's happening around them. So, you know, that whenever there's an activity where children could come and plant a mangrove, come walk and clean the beach, clean the desert, or any such activities, learning them to compost, not use plastic, they get involved and they become definitely better citizens.
100%.
So that's one of the greatest reasons why I felt also an obligation to be a part of Rotary, so that I can involve my children in some good action and goodwill.
Yeah, amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, I think that's already the end of our session. Is there anything you would like to share, any tips, any advice, maybe what you want to give people, or the audience is listening and watching us today? What would you like to tell them?
I believe this saying, your network is your net worth, but not so much in, like I say, in monetary value, but in that support that you need to be a successful business leader, to be a successful family, when you have a family, because you're going to also be with these people in social interactions, and like in Rotary, really goodwill actions, where you bring your 3-year-old, 8-year-old, 11-year-old with you, and they get to learn about doing good in our world. So in Dubai, and definitely in the world, but in this region, if you are not surrounded by a strong network or strong community, you're probably going to find yourself lost in space. I think that's...
We really felt that, We're like, wow.
Look, now at least you're not alone for Christmas.
Yeah.
No? Maybe you have to.
But we were saying that everyone always knows that we're alone for Christmas, because Lucas, when he was living here, he would always go to Germany to our grandparents, and we would usually stay here and spend Christmas together.
And we would invite people
our friends
home.
and family knew that we didn't have anyone, but we were never invited to the family home for Christmas. So then we had a Christmas for any single ladies who just didn't have a family for Christmas.
Leftover ladies.
To come over and have a Christmas dinner with us. And I think one of them we barely even knew. I think you post on your Alpha group, and we're like, if anyone
wants to come,
it doesn't have anyone for Christmas,
and
come
I never
over.
met this person before,
Christmas caroling with James Berry.
Yeah, I know.
How
it was
wonderful,
so nice.
no? Bringing the kids, old tradition.
It was beautiful.
Just singing together and being together. For me, look, we are.
It was so beautiful.
For us, we don't have, sadly, our families here, grandparents to children, they are not with their grandparents here, or aunties and uncles. So to create that balance for the children, it's my goal, for these events, whatever it may be, Christmas or Easter or other events, to make sure that they have a balance, that they feel that they are entouré with people who loves them, who care about them. And so, we always have a big table, no?
Yeah.
And I think it's so beautiful. Really, really nice.
And Marco always makes us something pescatarian.
I know.
And he makes you something vegan.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's amazing.
So. Okay. Thank you very much, Yolanda, for joining us today. We love having you.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we're going to invite you back one time, No, but it was really lovely. Thank you so much. And thank you for sharing all the knowledge. I hope our audience enjoyed it as much as we did. And, this is Yolanda Pohl Mariotti. She's working for, she's the owner of Swissly.
CEO and founder.
Owner and founders of Swissly, doing renovations and
remodels, fit outs,
AC cleanings now for the summer. If you need an AC cleaning.
I mentioned for where I said apartments, villas, shops, offices, churches, schools, you name it, we've done
Anything.
I know we
Yeah.
do, and you're doing an amazing job. So thank you, everyone. Lovely for having Yolanda. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for visiting us, and don't forget to follow and to like
And subscribe.
and subscribe.
See you next time.
If you're bored tomorrow morning, come join us at the Swiss Business Council. We have a ladies networking function.
Well, morning
You
is
can
BNI.
come because
I can't come.
I can't come. I have to
You
support.
can come. You're
Yeah, she's
subbing.
also BNI sub.
You're going to be vice president
Vice
tomorrow.
president tomorrow,
before
yeah.
you take office
Yes,
as
yes,
president.
yes, exactly.
So yeah, tomorrow I'm subbed at BNI and I will be deputy.
Aw.
Yeah, we're not going to see
I'm going to
him.
be deputy at the Swiss Business Council because my heart
Yeah.
half is South African and well, there's a little bit French and Switzerland.
And then
Italy.
the second heart is for BNI.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
Anyways,
me.
thank you so much for watching.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much. See you next
Bye.
time. Bye.
Bye.